joining us live. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, guys. Okay, so this music dropped, late Super Bowl Sunday. I'm sitting here thinking, I can't wait for the day when it's just all over the radio. It's coming, except there's been a bit of a controversy in rolling out Beyonce's new country song this week.
Yeah, I mean, her lead single, Texas Hold'em, you heard it on the way into the segment here, is already at the top of the charts, and people are clamoring for it on country music radio. And a fan in Bing, Oklahoma, requested it to a small radio station out there and got a response from the station via their email system or website saying, "We do not play Beyonce on our station. We are a country music station." Well, the fan did what fans do, and they screenshotted that and posted it to social media. And then this small radio station in Oklahoma got swarmed by the Beehive. And if you've never been swarmed by the Beehive, bless you once you are. So they backtracked all the way up and said, "We have nothing against Beyonce. We wish her the best in her foray in country music. She is an icon." And they ended up putting the song on their station after that. Not only that, the general manager of the station added it to 2 other stations he oversees.
Yeah, it probably should have been the call from the beginning. For a number of reasons, in my opinion, and I'm curious to get your guys' take because you work in that industry. But from a country music standpoint, one, it's a country song.
Right.
So that just seems to make sense. But 2, the Beehive, maybe just be aware of what the Beehive is capable of.
Why not capitalize on an opportunity?
But that's what that's exactly. And I don't remember, I remember country music stations hanging on to Taylor Swift for as long as they could.
Right.
Until she made it impossible because she was turned clearly into pop. Like, why just play Beyonce? That's going to only bump your ratings, isn't it?
Yes and no. So I'm in the music department in radio, and I'll say this: like certain artists, like the songs are maybe too extreme. You're right. Like Taylor Swift became too pop for country. I just think this was a lazy programmer's mistake, where they literally were like, "We're not going to play Beyonce. What are you talking about?" Because they weren't checking in on like what's going on culturally or what's going on with Beyonce. So this was honestly a lazy programmer's mistake of just saying, we don't play Beyonce.
Interesting. I am glad we can have your take on that with the kind of the inside look of how that shakes out.
It seems like you do kind of have to be under a rock to have not heard that Beyonce released a country song this week. But yeah, it's interesting. This was, frankly, part of the conversation from the minute that this launched, that people saw, oh my gosh, Renaissance 2 is gonna have some country music in it, was how is this gonna be received? Because we have seen this before, where Black artists have not always been given as warm of a reception in genres like country. Beyonce is not the first to potentially face some pushback. So I think I'm glad that the station acknowledged they made a mistake in this case.
I really truly think it was just a lazy. I could see myself being like, we don't play Beyonce. Like if someone came to me and said, hey, you got to play Jay-Z's new song, I'd be like, we don't play Jay-Z but if Jay-Z did an album that I didn't know about, I truly think it was just a lazy programmer not knowing Beyonce put out a country song.
Yeah.
Or maybe they didn't get the Super Bowl at Bing, Oklahoma. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
This was the most watched Super Bowl in history, Mike.
But do they have television?
But that's because of the Swifties. The Swifties
Right. Maybe they're too busy thinking about
clamoring for those numbers Monday
morning.
morning. You better believe.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the Super Bowl, and before we get to this next topic, we do want to acknowledge our hearts and our thoughts are with everybody in Kansas City right now. The Chiefs, they've been all over social media posting about the deadly and mass shooting that happened during their Super Bowl Chiefs parade in Kansas City yesterday.
Right.
But with that in mind, the Chiefs and Travis Kelce still going viral for some moments over the course of the Super Bowl, and that would be Travis Kelce screaming at his coach, Andy Reid. Now, I have my thoughts on this moment, but I'm going to keep them to myself for now. What is the internet saying?
Well, the internet was, pretty upset with Travis Kelce, saying it was uncalled for, it was unruly, he was out of line. I kind of agreed with it. He does have a bit of a history doing these kinds of things. If you search the internet long enough over the last 10 years, there's been a number of incidents where he's been in scuffles with teammates, punching teammates in preseason games and things of that nature. And to do it on the biggest stage of them all, he certainly got a lot of pushback. But he went on his podcast. His brother Jason held him accountable, saying it was unacceptable. He should have never done that. And he owned it. And he agreed. And he said him and Andy Reid had a conversation almost immediately after that incident. It was lighthearted. They got over it. They had to sit down the next day. They understand each other's passion for the game. And that was that.
Yeah,
I gotta say, the Swifties are probably not happy about this.
I wasn't happy. When I saw it during the game, my jaw dropped. I thought, to me, it stepped over the line. I understand emotions run high in the game. There's there's so much on the line. Everyone's in it. Everyone's adrenaline is high. But, to your point, this is not the first time he's thrown his helmet. He's moved other people's stuff. I don't know.
It's true. And I will give him credit, like you said, Mike. He took accountability for it.
Yeah.
I think I was less bothered by it than a lot of people. I do think that it was over the line, especially the fact that he actually makes contact with his coach, Andy Reid. That's not all right. But it's the Super Bowl, right? And he wanted to be in the play to lead block, and emotions do run high. But
the question comes, will we see it next season? Will he learn his lesson? We'll
all
see.
right, guys, we got to roll. We'll see you tomorrow.
Don't forget, you can listen to Mike weekday mornings on 105.1 The Buzz. Heather's on the mic at 9 a.m., and we are back after this.